Nintendo, you are just so damn frustrating. Okay, there's something that you guys need to be very well aware of when it comes to used Nintendo Switch games on the Nintendo Switch 2. If someone buys a game, whether it's someone else or you, if you try to copy the file on the Nintendo Switch 1 game and make it where the file is separated between you and the other guy, okay? Once when you sell that copy of the Nintendo Switch 1 and someone buys it, and both the guy that bought it and the guy that copied the file on the Nintendo Switch 1 game, both of these people end up getting banned. And it's a big problem. And when it comes to the used market, there's really no way to be able to tell if this game is a copied copy that someone tried to do to copy the file, and it just bans both of them. Not just the seller, but also the buyer too. So since it's impossible to be able to see which game was a copy file that was made where you basically both of you have the same game, the online aspect of Nintendo can detect that and just completely ban both of you. And it has some very dangerous consequences for not just you, but your Nintendo Switch that Nintendo completely bricks. And I get that there's a help service when it comes to restoring these consoles, but even that's not guaranteed. There's been some cases where they call Nintendo, and in some cases, people get banned because of that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You can ask for Nintendo for help, but you're not always guaranteed that you're going to get that help. So either you're screwed on your Nintendo from being bricked, or you call Nintendo and maybe your console will be unbanned. I mean, this is bad for the used market because if you can't even tell which Nintendo Switch game got copied and they sell it on the used market, there's just no way to tell. And what's really frustrating is that people are getting banned for no reason because of this. Because of people like them trying to copy the file on the Nintendo Switch 1 game. And it's making some unfortunate consequences for everybody in the used market. Honestly, I wouldn't even try to buy a used Nintendo Switch 1 game for your Nintendo Switch 2. I can't believe I would have to say that, but that's the only advice I can get you. Anything else I cannot help with you. If you get screwed, you get screwed. And it's not the fans' fault. It's Nintendo. If Nintendo bricks your console because they think that you're doing something illegal, and you bought a copy of the Nintendo Switch 1 game from a seller that copied the physical media, honestly, you're both gonna get screwed either way. So not much I can help you with on this situation. I guess just don't buy used Nintendo Switch 1 games on the Nintendo Switch 2. And that kind of sucks because basically you have to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 game, which was originally a Nintendo Switch 1 game. You'd have to buy it just to play on the Nintendo Switch 2. And even then, most of them are digital cards anyway, so it's not like you're owning them physically, so this whole thing is a mess. And with Nintendo wanting to brick consoles left and right because of these issues, it is extremely frustrating. And you should not buy the Nintendo Switch 2. It's just too many issues with too many problems. And there's nothing we can do about this. And I doubt Nintendo's going to do anything about it. Unless there's drastic changes that ultimately come when it comes to this Nintendo Switch 2. And this is a big if. I seriously doubt that Nintendo's willing to make these changes. And it sucks. Nintendo Switch 2, it just sucks. Don't buy it. Keep your Nintendo Switch 1. And the issues just keep on piling up and up. Up and up. And it's not worth it. And that's why Nintendo Switch 1 games get your console bricked.